Well, I'm joined now by Ingrid Wayo-Kennett, the woman who confronted one of the two suspects in Woolwich that day. And in Bury is Steve Fitt, the standard bearer at the funeral of drummer Lee Rigby today. And Steve Fitt, let me come to you first. I mean, what were your thoughts during this funeral?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Ingrid for what she did on the day for Lee. But my thoughts on the funeral today, I'd like to thank the people of Bury and all the service Fusiliers and the ex-Fusiliers, because we say once a Fusilier, always a Fusilier. But it was a very emotional because I had to be in the regimental church, which is behind me, standing at the side of the coffee with the regimental standard, along with the regimental standard from our corps.
A turning point, if you like, for how British servicemen and women need to think of their own safety and the threats to their lives?
Well, we've always had to think of our own safety because I served 12 years in the forces. My time was spent mainly in Northern Ireland, and even when we were over here, we had to check our cars every morning before we went into them. So the servicemen are aware, and servicewomen are aware of insecurity, and you get various stages heightened of security, and when it reaches a certain level, you've got to increase your own personal security.
And the Rigby family clearly wanted purely peaceful responses to the terrible events of that day in Woolwich. It's very early, obviously, in the of this incident.